Hi, I'm Anqoinette Crosby, and welcome to County Report this week. Coming up in the next half hour, how the county is paying homage to the heroes of the Vietnam War. We'll take you to the unveiling of the memorial wall. Plus, a new program is helping students overcome substance abuse. We'll have a full report. And Wheaton is serving up a food festival to showcase its multicultural cuisine. More about the Taste of Wheaton later in the show. But first, the County Council has approved the fiscal year 19 operating budget and 6-year capital plan. The vote comes after weeks of work sessions and deliberations. Susan Kennedy has more about what it means for your taxes, education, public safety, and more.
The $5.6 billion budget fully funds Montgomery County Public Schools and continues the council's commitment to expanding early childhood education and pre-kindergarten programs.
Well, it's a good budget. It reflects the community's priorities, but at the same time, it recognizes the reality that we're in, which is one of constrained growth of resources. So this is a fiscally responsible budget. Putting education first is really the hallmark of this budget.
The council also unanimously approved a $4.5 billion capital improvements program that funds school construction, infrastructure improvements, and community projects. Part of the package, plans to expand and renovate E. Brookley Middle School, a top priority for Council Vice President Nancy Navarro.
I felt very strongly that we needed to keep Lee Middle School on schedule. It's a school that has not had any renovation since, I believe, 1966. And so that was very important. And, this process is never an easy process when you have to make all these decisions.
The Department of Police and Fire Rescue will both receive an increase in funding with this budget. The police budget includes funding to expand the criminal gang unit and money for a body camera program for the sheriff's office. In the Fire and Rescue Services budget, the council restored engines at the Hyattstown and Germantown stations and added 4 full-time positions at the Burtonsville station.
Well, response time is how you save people's lives. And that was why it was so very important to make certain that our response times and the apparatus, the equipment that would be going for that response time was there. And Hillendale and Germantown and Hyattstown were the 3 that were on the list that would have reduced apparatus and other areas in response time. So that's why the Public Safety Committee thought it was so very important that all of it be restored, and obviously we did.
In keeping with its values to protect core safety net services for residents, the council approved an increase in the budget for Health and Human Services this year, including money to expand the Smart Sacks program and additional funding for Montgomery Cares.
The nice thing is we already have strong programs here in Montgomery County, and so any enhancement is just a build on what we've already been able to accomplish through other years. And so while it might be a little tough for us this year with the very stringent budget that we've passed, it really is something in which we'll be able to build in the future and ensure that we can continue expanding opportunities for a lot of our folks.
This budget doesn't kick the can down the road and create a problem for the next council to address. It does move our community forward. We are building a stronger foundation for success for our kids, for our economy, for so many of our key priority areas. And now we're done for the day.
I think that this budget, maintained our fiscal discipline while addressed our most important basic, services that our residents expect us to deliver on.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
How to improve our region's roads, transportation, schools, and other facilities, otherwise known as the infrastructure. That was a topic of a recent conference hosted by the county's Department of General Services. The Regional Government Conference brought together folks from academia, public, and private sectors. They shared ideas about best practices in building and improving our local infrastructure.
To streamline and make it more efficient, our project planning and cost estimating, I asked staff, what are the other jurisdictions in the area doing? And what we found out is that there was a very minimal, if virtually non-existent, communication network between the major jurisdictions in the National Capital Region. So we embarked on the process of bringing together some of the major counties and municipalities throughout the national capital area and ask them, what are you doing when it comes to capital spending? How do you plan your facilities? What are the standards that govern what you do? What are the local laws and policies? So that we could break down and distill the essential elements of cost and planning, risk assessments, challenges, socioeconomic issues.
The goal of the conference included minimizing risk in cost and time overruns. They have established regional benchmarks and best practices among regional public officials. It was an emotional ceremony when County Executive Ike Leggett unveiled the Montgomery County Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall. Lorna Virgili brings us the story.
The names of 130 service members from Montgomery County are now etched on this Veterans Memorial Wall. Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett, who in 1965 served in Vietnam as a captain for the U.S. Army, unveiled the memorial surrounded by Vietnam War veterans, members of the Executive's Commission on Veterans Affairs, Family of the Fallen, and Vietnamese American Senior Association members.
They came home to taunts. They came home being disrespected. We failed to recognize whatever your concerns may have been about the war, at least you could do is separate the warrior from the war. There was no way that I was going to simply turn a blind eye to those who have given the ultimate sacrifice.
The memorial includes the names of 130 service members from Montgomery County who lost their lives or were reported missing in action in Vietnam. There are 4 Montgomery County residents who remain missing. Dozens of Vietnam War veterans attended the dedication ceremony, including Everett Alvarez, one of the longest held prisoners of war.
As a Vietnam veteran myself and a citizen of Montgomery County of Rockville for 42 years, I truly appreciate the work that the commission members and the county officials have put into this effort to honor those whose names will be read and to honor all of those who served in Vietnam.
Stephen J. Geist. Stephen F. George.
During the dedication ceremony, Leggett unveiled a Vietnam-era honor and gratitude plaque to pay tribute to all of Montgomery County veterans who served our country during 1955 through 1975. In Rockville, for County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
Coming up on County Report This Week, the legacy of fallen officer Noah Liotta lives on through a new drug driving program named in his honor. And
I'm Montgomery Planning's Bridget Suiso. We'll have the full recap of the Makeover Montgomery 4 conference when County Report This Week continues.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Make plans now to attend Montgomery County's Senior Safety Forum on June 14th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It takes place at the Holiday Park Senior Center at 3950 Ferrara Drive in Silver Spring. And it's the perfect opportunity to learn from speakers and exhibitors about topics such as personal and financial safety and resources for seniors. You'll also enjoy raffle prizes, a free box lunch, and musical entertainment. It's a factual and fun opportunity that you won't want to miss.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. The primary gubernatorial election is just around the corner. As a reminder, June 5th is the deadline for registering to vote or make any changes to current voter registration. Also, the Board of Elections will be offering on-site registration during the early voting period.
The Maryland voter registration deadline is Tuesday, June 5th. If you happen to miss said deadline, you could register same day during early voting from July 14th through the 21st at one of our 11 early voting centers in Montgomery County.
For all election information, visit 777vote.org or call 240-777-VOTE. Executive Ike Leggett announced his support for the NOAA on Patrol initiative. This is a new private and public partnership that focuses on eliminating drug driving in our county. The initiative is being led by Rich Liotta. His son, Officer Noah Liotta, was hit and killed in 2015 while on duty at a DUI checkpoint.
If you put interlocks on early, you are going to reduce recidivism rate by 67% and reduce deaths by 16% or more. That's enormous. That's how we can make a difference. We need that to happen. So we are seeing a difference. It is a good law, but it is only a good law if they follow the spirit of the law and start requiring interlocks with probation before judgment. I'm all for leniency, but I'm also want to remember the victims and the community.
One of the goals is to order vehicle ignition interlock devices in all cases of drunk driving. NOAA on Patrol is an 18-month pilot program. It is estimated that 3,400 DUI arrests take place each year in the county. The search for a new police chief in Rockville is now over. Rock 11's Kathy Dantzler tells us who landed the job.
It's official. Rockville names Victor Brito as its new police chief. Brito brings with him more than 27 years of law enforcement experience, most recently as the police chief of Hagerstown. His career also includes 25 years with the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C. Brito was selected after a national search for candidates. The hiring process included survey results from both community members and all police department employees. Brito's first day is June 18th. For CRTW, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
This year's Makeover Montgomery Conference looked at how to reinvent suburban life. Bridget Suiso has more about what may be in store for the suburbs of the future.
That's right, this year's conference sparked lively discussions and sessions focused on how to make our county's communities more competitive, healthy, inclusive, and smart. Here's the full recap.
It's an exciting day, lots of great sessions, lots of great discussion. Some folks have asked, well, why are we still making over Montgomery County? Haven't we finished making over Montgomery County? And my response is that for an exciting, dynamic, urban kind of place, which is what Montgomery County has become, we're going to be constantly evolving. And so change is good, and we're going to continue changing in very positive ways.
I think that every time we do this, we get a more sophisticated, not only set of presenters, but audience. We've built a constituency for this conference, and I think a lot of people in the region, as well as in Montgomery County, view this as a place they need to be to find out about not only new ideas in the planning profession, but also how those things are relevant to the issues that we're facing in the DC region.
Well, I tried to actually tease out a bunch of them today, but just to get them thinking is like anytime you think out 10, 20, 30 years, which is what planners have to do, you really have to try to get yourself out of the box of like the things that are bombarding that week. And a lot of times what I like to think about is what will people in 50 or 100 years, looking back on this era, what are the important things they're going to see? What are the big structural changes? What are the new technologies? What are the demographic trends? What are the ways we're reshaping cities? Like, think at that level, almost like an historical level. And essentially, so many of the little crazy things that preoccupy so many people just fall away if you actually think in that way.
Coming up on County Report this week, a new program is helping students recover from substance abuse by combining academics. And the rain didn't dampen the excitement of MC's commencement ceremony. We have all the highlights. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Substance abuse and the opioid crisis are on the rise, and Montgomery County is not immune. That's why MCPS and its partners recently unveiled a new program to offer students fighting drug abuse and get the help they need. MCPS TV has the story.
County and state leaders gathered in Gaithersburg to kick off the Recovery and Academic Program, a partnership between MCPS, the state, Family Services, and the Landing to support MCPS students who struggle with substance abuse.
The work here at the Landing is a first-class effort to offer students a second chance. The goal of the program, as you know, is twofold. It's to help students stay sober and also to assist them as they work to complete their high school education.
The Recovery and Academic Program, known as REP, has been developed and will continue to develop and evolve as we serve all the students in Montgomery County who need the service. I often say that all must mean all in Montgomery County. That includes the RAP program. That includes the students who need these specific services so they can go on and graduate and walk out into the world with options and choices and opportunities unencumbered by the addiction and the challenges that have been so great in their lives.
Ultimately, this is about helping people help themselves, about healing families and communities, and of course, saving lives.
During the event, attendees toured the Landing's facility, where registered students will feel at home in a clubhouse-like environment as they take online classes, work with MCPS teachers, and seek a variety of academic, social-emotional, and coping supports.
Instead of having to go back to their home schools, which is a trigger for many of them, we're going to host the Recovery Academic Program. Recovery Academic Program is going to provide a safe space for youth in recovery to come and do online courses that are going to be following MCPS curriculum, and we do fun activities for them, as well as social skills, vocational skills, resume writing, rebuilding family trust, all of that, so that they can just get back into their lives in a sober environment.
My hope is that every child who wants a fresh start will have one here. My hope is that no one feels that they have nowhere to go, and that everyone knows that there are people there to support them, to care about them, and to make sure that they have the resources available to be successful.
For more information about the program, you can call 301-840-4066. Thousands of graduates, family members, and friends endured the rain for MC's 2018 commencement ceremony. MCTV's Joseph Thompson shares all the pomp and circumstance.
If you are a member of the Montgomery College graduating class of 2018, please stand up and shout, "I am MC."
Montgomery College celebrated its 71st commencement ceremony, honoring graduates from the college's 3 campuses and workforce development and continuing education programs. Imam Yahya Hindi gave the keynote address, encouraging the graduates to believe in themselves and work toward ending injustice in the world.
I hope today will inspire you to be the solution to a better world. And I hope that with you, we can finally make this world all that it is capable of being together.
Among approximately 2,500 graduates, 4 outstanding students were recognized as Board of Trustee scholars, 1 from each of MC's 3 campuses and 1 apprenticeship scholar. The college's Board of Trustees presented honorary degrees to community leaders and gave awards to exemplary college employees. More than 1,000 graduates, including some MCPS students simultaneously enrolled in MC, walked across the commencement stage to receive recognition for their academic achievements.
I am a graduate of Montgomery College.
After the ceremony, many of the happy graduates expressed their joy in becoming Montgomery College alumni.
Elated, happy, wonderful, excited. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
I'm excited, I'm enthralled, I'm happy. Like the whole thesaurus is me right now.
I think it was the best decision I ever made coming to Montgomery College.
I'm so proud, so excited. Montgomery College has tremendously changed my life.
Reporting from Montgomery College's Rockville campus, I'm Joseph Thompson.
You can see the entire commencement or view highlight videos on Montgomery College's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Montgomery College. Rockville's Department of Public Works is helping local firefighters with vital information that can help save lives. Rock 11's Craig Buchanan explains.
When local firefighters respond to a call, every second counts. And that's why the Department of Public Works is working to support firefighters with new fire hydrant maps that lay out the city's hydrant locations as well as each hydrant's water flow.
In hopes that during a fire event, the fire department has information at their fingertips where they can know where fire hydrants are located and where they can expect to get the most flow out of the city system.
Rockville is also in the process of repainting its hydrants to national guidelines. Hydrant barrels are painted yellow to improve their visibility at night. They can also visually identify their flow rate based on 4 possible colors on their caps and nozzles.
By having our hydrants painted to a national standard and then also the fire department having the paper maps, it's kind of a belts and suspenders solution. That way the crews have access to the information on paper, but also visually as they drive down the street, they can see hydrants real time and know flows based on the colors.
So far, 500 hydrants in the city have been repainted from their previous red color. The remaining 900 could be recolored in the next 3 years. Examples of these maps have been submitted to Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service for feedback before being finalized. To learn more about the city's fire hydrants, head to rockvillereports.com and search for fire hydrants. For County Report This Week, I'm Craig Buchanan.
Coming up on County Report This Week, thousands of book lovers, young and old, poured into Gaithersburg for its annual book festival. And it's almost time to dive into the summer swim season. We'll tell you when the pools will open. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Election Day is fast approaching. Is your registration current and accurate? Don't wait. Register online. It only takes minutes. Visit 777vote.org to check your registration. The deadline is June 5 at 9 p.m. You must be registered with either the Democratic or Republican Party to vote in the political party's primary election. Make sure your registration is up to date. Vote-by-mail ballots are also available. Visit the website to submit an application. Remember, your time, your voice, your vote.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. The Gaithersburg Book Festival is an annual celebration of writers, books, and those that love to read them. MyMC Media's Mitty Hicks has more.
No sun was no problem for book lovers as they stepped out to enjoy the 9th annual Gaithersburg Book Festival. And when we asked why,
because books can help us learn, and they
and it boosts your creativity and imagination.
I'm excited to be here because there's a lot of books, and I like to read books.
This is wonderful, actually. Weather notwithstanding, it's a nice crowd. There's a lot of folks out. I wanted to bring the kids out to spend a little time, see what different authors and stuff we have around, and to support these local types of events. They're important to me.
When the festival began in 2010, Mayor Judd Ashman, also founder of the Gaithersburg Book Festival, said there were about 50 authors in attendance. That number has increased significantly, with more than 140 authors expected to attend this year's event.
We have some of the best authors in the world coming to speak about their work and sign today, including Alice McDermott, the great National Book Award winner, Mark Bittman, a really, really popular cookbook author, E.J. Dionne from the Washington Post, for those who like to talk politics on a Saturday, John Feinstein, the great Hall of Fame sports writer, and many, many more.
Those in attendance had the chance to enjoy book signings and discussions with their favorite authors.
It's really great. This is a nice festival, even with the weather being as bad as it is. I was kind of surprised, but there were a lot of people there. People asked really good questions. This is a great place to do this sort of thing because people around here know about politics, they know about history. It makes it really engaging because the audience always knows what you're talking about.
And it wasn't just about the books. The event included food from local restaurants, live music, and activities for children.
It's important to connect our residents with books, and as we become more digitized in society, we're seeing that we're losing our bookstores. So it's so nice to see that Politics and Prose sees this as an important investment, and for them to come to our community and just bring all of the authors here. It's really important.
And if you missed this year's event, mark your calendars for May 18th, 2019 for the 10th annual Gaithersburg Book Festival. Reporting in Gaithersburg, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
Are you ready for the summer swim season? The outdoor pool preseason begins on May 26th. That's when 6 county outdoor pools will open for the Memorial Day holiday weekend. Construction delays due to the weather have postponed the opening of the Long Branch outdoor pool. Same thing for the baby pools at Germantown and Wheaton Glenmont. The Long Branch pool is now scheduled to open June 9th. The baby pools at Germantown and Wheaton Glenmont are expected to open June 2nd. The main pools at Germantown and Wheaton Glenmont are opening on time Memorial Day weekend. The outdoor pool preseason runs now through June 15th. For more info, visit the Montgomery County Recreation website. The mouth-watering Taste of Wheaton takes place on June 3rd. This year, the annual event will not be at the Wheaton Triangle due to the construction project. Instead, head 1 block east of the Wheaton Metro Station. That's the corner of Price Avenue and Fern Street. The festival is free and showcases food from restaurants in downtown Wheaton. There will be activities for the kids, entertainment, 4 bands, and a beer and wine garden. It takes place from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. Food samples will range in price from $1 to $5 per taste, so bring your appetite. Now it's time for our pet of the week. Meet Bison. He's a funny young guy who is just under 2 years old. He's so full of energy and he'd be a great playmate for a family with children. To learn more, call Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit Bison on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you with images from the Celebrate Tacoma Festival. The annual event featured fabulous food, performing arts, crafts, and games from nations around the world. Very nice. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.